Yes. Hello, everyone. Eva Bussum here. Of course, I've got a special guest that is Tammy Hein. She's got the annual catalog right there. We're going to work through this. I'm going to put mine up in the holder. Unfortunately, doing it with two people on here without additional software or equipment, we have no way to do it horizontally. So that's just one of those things right now. Hi, Tammy. How you doing?
Hey Eva, good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm just updating my thingy here and get it going. I don't know why it's doing that. Sometimes I got to get out of here and go all the way to the home page and then go back to mine. Is yours running? Is your tablet up and running?
It just says waiting. Oh, there you go.
Wait,
I see you now.
yeah. Let me go home again. Go back to me. See if we can get this running, Bill. It's just the current live. Anyway, so today we're going to be sharing the annual catalog, as you may see. It went live yesterday. And
Very exciting.
yeah, I know, right? So some of the things we're going to talk about today is basically the things we love, some of the things that we didn't care for, and that's just one thing. And I think as most people didn't like the same thing. But if we get to that point, I'm going to talk to you about an alternative. Tammy already has it printed out, and we'll share that with you just in case you need that. I mean, not everybody wants it, but if you do, there is a source. Wonderful, wonderful Stampin' Up! Crafter, a demonstrator, leadership person, always has us looking out for us and stuff like that. Did you figure it out? Oh, I'm working. I'm working. Okay. Okay, so let me go ahead and put my camera up. And we'll get started because we're not going to waste any time. So hang on.
Sounds
I
good.
have, I have to flip it. How do I? Oh, flippy. Flipping is so much easier on this way. So I have to put it. Well, this is weird. I'm not used to doing it this way. Oh, I have to flip it down. I forgot. Okay, there we go. So this side first, just so that I don't hit the power button. It's so weird this way. Get it in there, and then we'll get this moved around. Let's say orientation is what? Orientation is locked. Okay. So we both have our catalogs out and we are using our tablets as assistant tools. Which way I got to move this? It's always backwards for me. This way. Is it that way? Yeah, it's that way.
No,
Okay.
no, the other way. The other way.
I finally got it. It's caught up.
There. Okay.
Moving it. There we go. Um, so Tammy, why don't you go ahead and start?
Okay. Well, the annual catalog runs from May 1st of 2024 to April 30th, 2025. It has this interesting cover. I've never seen one like this before. It has this uh it
Like a
looks like a
two-tone?
gardening. It looks like a gardening magazine, really.
Yeah, it
But it's
does. It does.
it's
I agree
it's
with
really
that.
pretty. But yeah, it does have this like two-tone. If you angle it a certain way, you can see the shimmer. So it's very pretty. Um, and we'll just kind of walk right through it.
Yeah. Okay. One of the other things that I want to mention is Tammy has hers customized. It does not come that way. It comes with just the regular edge and everything else. So don't expect your catalog to come in looking like that. Just FYI. Tammy, which side do you want to do, left or right?
Um, doesn't matter.
Okay, I'll do left then,
Okay, you're right.
just so that we have the most of the catalog on that side as possible. Nobody told me I couldn't turn it. I was like, why can't I turn it?
Oh no, the
I know
struggles.
it is because it's like we could have done this on Facebook like this. Hey, Kathy. Um.
Hi,
So
Kathy.
one of the big differences that I noticed was, um, along with the cover that shows the outside and everything else, we have a simple introduction. Let me show it. A simple introduction from both uh, Shelly and Sarah. And I thought that was so nice.
Yes.
I think that's a really good one. Trying to
Yeah.
figure
They,
out. I
they,
think I
they
need to
always
move my
write a
camera over.
little something in there. And yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. Just trying to make sure I'm on my half here. There we go. There we go. We got it. My half. I moved my camera mount over a little bit.
Okay. And on this side, we have just some images of, ladies crafting, having a good time, and a sample, which throughout the catalog, you'll find many samples as well as templates. We'll get to that in a little bit, but you can see they give you a lot of ideas. So this catalog is excellent resource for inspiration when you're feeling a little writer's block, so to speak.
Yeah, I agree. I also like the way that they added the headline fonts and stuff like that. Make something special with someone special. Crafting is almost always better when you're with someone else. Hey, Linda. So glad you could join us this evening. The table of contents was one of those things where I enjoyed, but it was missing something. Tammy?
It is missing a color index of
It is.
the
It's so sad that we don't have that index anymore.
very sad. At the end of the catalog, we have an index and there are no pictures. We used to have pictures with every bundle, every die punch, embossing folder. We don't have that. However, a wonderful fellow demonstrator.
Yeah.
Uh,
Kathy Bennett is a wonder. How she gets all this stuff done, I'll never know.
yeah. So Penny Bennett has these on her site. They're free to download, and it lists the name of the paper as well as a sample of both the front and back, as well as whether it's a 6x6 or a 12x12, along with the price and
Mm-hmm.
the item number. So there's 2 pages for that.
I
So
think that was probably the biggest hit for a lot of us crafters.
yes, it was
Yeah, I
definitely
agree, Kathy.
sad.
It is an amazing resource. Especially when you can find stuff like this because you're missing that part of it. Like I miss the stamp and die collecting the index at the back because you could see what you had and where it went and everything else.
Hmm.
Yeah. So Tammy, why don't we go ahead and skip to page 4 and 5?
Okay.
We'll skip that index part. We all know how much it hurt to see the index go bad.
Okay. So one of the main things that you'll see in this catalog is they've divided it basically into 3 sections. The first section is step-by-step crafting. This includes the kits, um, something maybe not necessarily just for a beginner or someone getting started, but even an avid crafter who's looking for something in a kit, but they want to make it their own, add to
Right.
it.
I love their kits. Those kits are awesome. The little froggy one, my daughter and my grandchildren loved it.
Yes, very cute.
Um, we've had a debate on this picture right here. I'm just going to pull it out and show you the whole picture right here. As much as you can see. I know I have a little bit of glare on mine. Tammy doesn't. She got better lighting than I do. Oh yeah, and I love the price point, but I don't go outside in Arizona. We don't outside in Arizona unless it's like for a barbecue in April, no May, no June, no July, certainly not August or September. But I love the idea of having tea, having a cup of coffee, a little snack, getting together with friends and creating that environment that you don't always have inside. So it's a nice idea.
Yes.
So this is a variety of the kits that they have. Tammy, you got that page yet? 9?
Yep.
Now you know why.
Yeah.
Do you know why
So
it took
these
so
are
long?
so these kits are all inclusive for the most part. It includes everything you need um, to complete that project. And there's several
Yeah,
different varieties, so there's something for everyone.
I agree. I'm trying to get mine to fit in the picture, but it keeps sliding down. I got to move this. I'm actually going to swap places with this. I'm going to put that over there.
Some of
And
the
there, I got
kits,
more room.
some of the kits also come, like this one here up in the top right-hand corner, come with an ink spot as
Yeah,
well
they
as
come
an
with those
acrylic.
stamp ones. Yeah, they range between $21 and $24. I have seen some of the project kits be a little bit more pricey, but they're all a good price point. Quick, easy, give it as a gift kind of project, you know. Like,
Yeah,
somebody who's got arthritis, this is perfect for. Or
agreed.
not
Yeah,
really into crafting, they're just starting. That is the perfect crafter gift,
yeah,
So, and to me, it's like, it doesn't matter what level in crafting you are. It's a good buy because you save it for later. You don't have to do it right then and there. And they have all kinds. They got floral and guy cards and kid cards, and it's all the different levels you're looking for.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Um,
of
and then, of
course.
course, yep,
Go ahead, Tammy.
there's the Paper Pumpkin. It's a monthly
Yeah.
subscription kit that you can stop and start any month that you wish. You know, if you're going to be busy one month or a couple months, or if you take the summer off, you can halt your subscription for that time. There's a QR code on this page that you can
Yeah, I
scan, and it'll
noticed there's
take
a
you.
lot of QR codes in the catalogs.
Yeah, yeah, they're definitely a good resource because you can scan this code on this page, and it will take you to the Paper Pumpkin page.
Now, unfortunately, on the other pages, it will just take you to Stampin' Up. It's not individual other than the Paper Pumpkin page.
Right. It will
So,
not take you to my
right,
page
my
or
side
Eva's
or
page.
your
Yeah.
page. Yeah, exactly. It's
But you
like
can always
ditto.
but you can always search for a demonstrator and look us up that way as well.
Well, I got my new site up and running today. I still got to add in a couple more things, but I think I'm happy. Oh, okay. So I'm going to talk about the quick and easy options because I am in love with these. In love, in love, in love. Now, the quick and easy options, you can see some of the cards here and everything else, but they give you the availability. Where'd it go? They give you the availability to create a card with everything you've got together. I'm going to skip the top 10. We'll go back to the top 10. Let's do page 18 and 19. And the page 19 is everybody heard me refer to page 19 as I want everything. So page 19 is the same thing you're seeing here. And what's so wonderful about it is it's different ephemera, different cards and envelopes, mix and match. And the entire collection is only $48, which means both envelopes and cards, all four of the ephemera, $48. You cannot get a stamp and a die at that price right now. So I'm like excited. And then to boot, they threw in a stamp set. So they've got the Say Something ephemera pack, which offers all words, which if you've ever been in that moment where the stamps that you have doesn't have any sentiments to it, the famous page 19. Yes, the famous page 19. But that saying something thing is that thing that you need, that additional thing and everything else. So they also have the Something for Everyone pack, which involves a lot of a variety of pictures. The Fully Flowering Ephemera pack, which is all florals. And then the labels and layers, which are like tags and things that you can stamp on, things that you can tuck and stuff like that, just to make a really good layer. Now the best part about it is you can use it for both card making and scrapbooking. Okay. Tammy, let's go back to the top 10. I had to skip ahead because it had that page. Page 16, 17, I believe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Stampin' Up! has given you a list of the top 10 essentials that you would need for crafting. So, of course, you want a good pair of scissors. You're going to need some liquid adhesive, some dimensionals to pop up your images or sentiments to, just give it a little extra dimension. Some ink.
Yeah,
And then,
I think the blocks are also a good essential.
yeah, I agree. That's a necessity.
I think seven's a little redundant because they kind of took away a lot of our favorite punches. But the modern oval punch I do have and I do like it. I think it's good.
Yeah. And of course, you need a stamp set, and this is a nice um, everyday many options of sentiments with different sizes, fonts, and um, yeah. So it's a good starter stamp set,
Yeah, it's
but
the quintessential
mm,
stamp that you got to have in your
yeah,
arsenal.
definitely. Then of course some envelopes and note cards. Something to clean your stamps. So they have a chamois, and it comes pretty stiff. You just wet it and wring it out, and it cleans like a charm. And then, of
Now,
course,
can you cut it to make it smaller so you can save?
yeah, I have done that. I've cut it in half for workshops that I do.
Cool.
So there's one at each end of the table.
And of course, the catalog, which we're showing you today. Okay, so we're going to skip over page 18 and 19. This is some more of the examples that they have in the catalog on page 20 and 21. If you need a catalog, reach out to either me or Tammy, and we'll make sure to get you one so that you're not
Absolutely.
losing anything.
Yep.
Um, this is what sold me on I need everything on page 19. um,
Yes, I love the ephemera packs. I plan on using those in my scrapbooking pages.
yeah. Well, Stampin' Up stepped up a little bit and they gave us a huge surprise on page 22, which was a ton of inspiration. They have given us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 22 sketches in which to garner or grow your card stash. I think that's an amazing thing to do. And on the next page, they kind of gave you an idea of what went together. They're focusing on the brights, the subtles, the regals, and the neutrals, and the different DSP and cardstock collections that are in the catalog itself. Um, so they're talking about making a card, putting it together. Yeah, I agree, Kathy. They're amazing. These guys went way out this time. They took away, but they gave us something more. And to me, it's like, oh, sketches. I love that. It's one of those things that's like I can create anytime, any day, pick a sketch, let's run it. It's gonna be fun that way. So page 24 has got some basic stamps on it, and it's got choose happy and say hey, and I love them both because they have small images that you can either color, leave alone, just go with it. They've got sentiments that are just that everyday stamp that you need, and they're not huge. So these are little stamps. They're not that large. It is $1 million achiever from Renee Kanoki. I can't pronounce names. So,
I think that's
but
close.
then, yeah. And then the bottom one, I like it because it's got the different fonts and stuff. Um,
Yep.
the next page on page 25 actually has a bunch of card examples, which I love that as well. More inspiration, more creativity based. Because if you can't come up with something yourself, the catalog itself is that bit of inspiration to guide you through, I think. So now we get into the um, memories and stuff. Tammy?
Yeah. So the Memory Plus is intended for scrapbookers, but it can also be used in card making. As you can see here, there's a bunch of examples of both scrapbooking and card making. There's a lot of uh, quick and easy options that you have here. You can just, throw it on a page, do some journaling if it's a scrapbook, or it makes a really, really quick card. Just put it on a card base, and there you go. You can add to it, or you can leave it as is, make it your own.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
again, some
what
more
I'm
options.
noticing though is that a lot of the patterns match the DSP that we have too. So
Yes.
you can go in a lot of directions with this. I hadn't noticed before. It's like the Unbound Beauty goes with one of our paper, the DSP collections, actually an entire collection.
Yeah,
And I think
absolutely.
the other one, Thoughtful Journey, goes with that wonderful background paper. That's cool.
Yeah, Stampin' Up does intentionally create a product that combines well together. So you're not having to buy all the things. You can if you want, but um, it all coordinates nicely. The paper, the designer series paper or the DSP, with the markers and the ink, uh, it just all works so well together. It's very helpful and
I
makes it a
think
lot.
that's one of my favorite things about Stampin' Up, Tammy, is that when I was an independent artist and stuff like that, crafter, um, you had to source your stuff at 10 different locations because as soon as it got on the market, it would sell out and you'd be chasing it. So I
Mhm.
like that you can get everything in one shot in one's place. And it's kind of like it's less stress in the end, you
I
know.
agree. Yeah.
So wrap it up is one of my favorites. Is it one of yours, Tammy?
Love it. Love all of this. It's
Yeah,
beautiful. I love the
it's just
colors.
oh, it's just so romantic.
Yeah.
I love the blue tones aren't so harsh, and then the peachy tones are very lovely, and the greens are just so soft you could melt in it. And then they added a stamp set on top of it. So it's like
Mhm.
mine, 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 mine. Maybe not the twine. I may change my mind. Who knows, but I think this was incredible because the pieces on the top on page 29 are actually die cut it. They're already cut out. You just have to pop them out.
Yes. Yeah. And another thing I love about the paper is what you're seeing here in the images are the front and the back, because every piece of their designer paper is double-sided, except for
Right.
a couple specialty papers.
Right.
So sometimes you're not very fond of the front, but maybe the back is more to your liking. And I find that there isn't any set in there that I don't find I couldn't use in some way.
Yeah. Um the only downside to this is it's only 6 sheets, but it is a very affordable 6 sheets. So this will probably be one that I'll be getting again and again and again. Get a couple of them.
Hmm.
I like the pot. I like the die cut pieces. I love a good reef. You guys know me. I love a good reef. But florals is just something that I love from the get go. So I want to let you guys know that we've only been live for like 20 minutes and we're only at page 30. So I think we need to step it up a little bit, Tammy.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna be doing
So
a flip. We're gonna skip all of pages like this. I'm gonna hold on for a second. Mm. Yeah, we're gonna be skipping those type of pages and stuff and going straight to the products and then love it, and what we love about it, and then we'll move on very quickly from here because we don't want to be here for 2 hours. Y'all don't want to be here for 2 hours. I mean, you might want to be here for 2 hours.
now
Um,
Not really.
I mean, I could. Bill, could I do it? Yes, I could do it. Bill's here too with me in case I mess up. The Mediterranean Bloom Sweet Collection, it is $83, but I think it's worth it, every bit of it. But again, I'm going to say this before we get started. You do not have to buy every single piece. You can buy any piece you want individually, and that's the best part, you know. The Mediterranean Blooms Suite is an essential for me. I want this. I'm ordering it tomorrow. That's all I got to say about it. Tammy?
Hmm. And on the bottom of page 34, you can see which colors are used in that designer series paper, so you know how to coordinate to your cardstock or ribbon, perhaps, or embellishments.
Now, it may have additional colors. Beware of that. But these are the main colors in the suite. Right. Next one is Take to the Sky. That's not a me one, but
Now,
it's very beautiful.
I did buy the paper. I do love the paper. Again, this is one of those where I thought I would not use the airplane side for these three papers, but I love the flip side. There's
I
clouds. The
gotcha.
clouds are good, and the gingham or the
Hey, Tammy, you got that paper?
I do.
You want to show a couple pieces of it? Not the entire collection, but your favorites.
And I also love that it came with tags as well as larger size
Yeah, I was looking at that. Oh, I was
pieces.
like, oh, that's new. And now I've talked about the
Uh,
Close to My Heart people coming, so I think it's a great addition. Oh, those are so pretty.
ah,
What are you looking at?
there's that one. I love this one. And it even coordinates nicely with the airplane, so you could use them both in one project.
Well, I think that would be a really good one for an album, you know, because you could have the planes on the back side of it with a smaller picture and then the other one with the larger picture.
Here's another
Or
blue.
cards, you know, where
Love
you've
that.
got the outline of the layer of DSP with the smaller layer of DSP. You know, it goes together.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Love it.
Oh, I like that one. See, I've always been into geography, the maps and stuff like that. I like that kind of stuff. You know, the plaid, the almost like a I don't know the cross what's the word I'm looking for?
Like a hatch.
Yeah, crosshatch. That one's beautiful. I also like the gray one that's just kind of like got building blocks on top of building blocks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those are
Yep.
good. Okay, to market. My page will flip in a second. It always goes longer than what I'm looking at it.
So this is another suite that they're offering. It's very reasonable, actually, 56.50 for the stamps, dies, embellishments, and the paper. And as Eva said, you can buy any of these pieces individually down here, or if you decide just to get the stamp in the bundle, it's a 10% discount for a bundled savings, or just buy the whole thing. And again,
Yeah.
on the bottom page of 38, there's like the color options that are in there.
Yeah, this is not a me thing. I love the paper because of the
Same.
florals and the plaids and stuff like that, even the dots.
Yes.
But the
Love the
stamp
plaid.
itself is not for me. I do like some of the sentiments on it. I'm not going to lie. Bursting with happiness is like, you know, tomato talk. But you know, maybe I'll change my mind. Maybe I'll see somebody do something with it and it'll inspire me to buy everything in the book. My husband's cringing right now as he's looking at me. Page 40, wildly
And
flowering. Oh my
Oh,
gosh, love this one.
just and just another thing, sometimes in these die sets or in these bundles, you'll have dies that do not coordinate to a stamp. Like all of these will cut out, these images. But like this one here, for example, is extra. So in the catalog, you can see someone just cut it out on colored cardstock and just has a basket.
Yeah, true.
So that's a
They don't
plus.
always have a matching, but sometimes they do, and sometimes
Yeah,
they have extras, which are even better.
extras. Yes. Okay,
Um,
this is our favorite.
yes, it is. It is a fan favorite at this point. Wildly Flowering is just one of those things where the paper alone sold me. Just gonna say it right now. The sentiment stamp, I love it because it involves simple coloring. It's not that in-depth 30 minutes later, I'm still coloring kind of stuff. I know, right, Kathy? It's just a whoa. Yeah. Bill, what do you think of it?
See, you're going for that whole organic blossoming.
Yeah, it's a beautiful print. But what I like as well is that it has neutrals here when you're not looking for that, but you want those tones or those shades of color. Plus, it also offers you a flip-flop where you can use a portion of it and then a smaller portion of it and create something lovely. Kind of like here where they've got a bunch of different layers together. I love the dyes. I'm not going to lie. I love the dyes. The colors on this is Wild Wheat, Mossy Meadow, Misty Moonlight, Moody Mauve, Early Espresso, and Crumb Cake. And I know I've got to get Early Espresso ink before in my next order tomorrow.
And I like the sentiments that are in this stamp set. I love the
Mm-hmm.
font. It's a nice script that you can read easily because some scripts are a little difficult to read. Um, but these are very nice sentiments.
Yeah, I think the addition of an embossing folder as well as the dyes really shows that they've got the the florals in here. And then what shape is that, Bill? Is that a hex?
Yep.
It's a hexagon. It's elongated hexagon. I don't know what they call it, but let me see. I don't actually let's see. Do they have a name for the he's a designer period? They don't really have a two. It says two. Where's two? Oh, it's just a set. It's not individually. I'm sure we'll hear the name of it later. So page 42, Tammy. I'll just leave this one to you.
Full of life, and it is bright. This paper is 6x6 designer paper. I love it. I see a lot of potential with it. Not really a fan of the stamp set or the die. Um,
Well, I actually
particularly,
like the die. I love the die because of that friend word. You can add any sentiment to that. Oh, by
yeah.
the way, hi Jana.
Hi, Jenna.
Go ahead.
And this ribbon, it's not a very good image in here, but it is stunning. It is a iridescent striped trim, and it's just beautiful, as
You
well
got
as
that one?
the embellishment. I don't,
Oh,
but
I
I've seen
can't
it.
wait to get it and share it. That's the most interesting part.
Yeah.
Um, so you were talking about the gems before.
Yes.
So I gotta agree. It's that iridescent look to it and everything else that I love.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
Okay,
nice. It
so
picks up all the colors in the pattern in the paper.
Kathy's watching us on the big TV.
Ah,
Oh no.
oh, look, I just noticed something new. See, I've looked at this catalog a million times already, and I just noticed something new. On page 42, Eva,
Mm-hmm.
above the best wishes is the wheel, the
Oh
color
my
wheel.
gosh. Hold on. Let me pull that up there so you guys can see. See the little color wheel right there? Huh? What the heck? Let's hope I can get it back into place now. There's a little color wheel right here, which tells you the color families that you're looking for.
Yep.
That is more explained in the back of your catalog.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, we're on TV,
I-
Tammy.
yeah. And again,
Look
here's
our
the
best.
QR code.
Yeah, the QR code pops up everywhere.
Yeah. Okay, here's another favorite.
Oh, Lily Pond Lane. Lily
Lily
Pond
Pond
Lane.
Lane. Yeah.
It's so gorgeous. I'm just gonna
It's
say it. They
so
did this
cute.
baby right.
The
They
little
did it so right.
frogs, the ducks. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
So the first thing I'm gonna say is they physically cut out the koi fish from the DSP.
Down here.
So I've heard a lot of people like, why didn't they include the koi dye and everything else? That would have been incredible. And it may be something that they bring in at a later date, you know. So hopefully, if enough of us write to Stampin' Up, going, we want a koi dye, a dye for our DSP, maybe they'll do it. I doubt it, but you know, we can hope. I had to order the ducks. I know it's one of those things. Like, okay, so I'm just gonna quickly show you guys since I can now. Don't cringe, Bill. This is my order list. I'm gonna wait till it shows up on camera, and then I'm just gonna pull it away real quick. Do I have a total? No, no, I do not. Do I want to scare myself with a total? No, no, I do not. But that's my entire list. I'm just gonna pull it away now. But Lily Pond Lane is one of those sets where if you don't have it, I'm so sad for you because it's beautiful. I love the dyes, that background, creating that mood and that scene with the cattails, the ducks, the frog. All of it is just so adorable. Now you don't have dies. Is this one of the ones that you flip? No, it's just a two-parter die. Okay, so you don't have any. Oh, you do have the frog die. I was wrong. Okay. I also have noticed that the gems, gems, dots, they look like something that Tammy and I have eaten a million times. Conchas, which are a Mexican sweetbread. And I was like, oh, that looks like conchas. Anyway, next page. Let's go. Thoughtful Journey.
Yes, I have this design. I have this comes in a suite. Of course, there's the stamps at the dies, the gems, the specialty paper, which is beautiful, and the designer series paper. I have all those. I don't have the stamp or the die, but the Thoughtful Journey paper is just so vibrant, and I have so many ideas of what to do with this because it just has so much possibility.
Oh, gorgeous.
Love it. And the Thoughtful Designs, the specialty paper, the item number 4, is actually an ombre, has an ombre effect to it.
Yeah, that one up there. I saw it. Goes from light to dark and then medium tone to like a different medium tone and different colors all in the same paper. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
So, yeah, so here's a good example. This green, you can see it goes from a lighter, more yellowish green, a little bit darker, and it gets a little darker, and it sweeps that way across the entire 12 by 12 sheet.
Can you tilt it down a little bit so it hits the light? I can see the variation.
How's that?
Tilt it towards, yeah, there. Perfect. You can see the design and everything. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's one of those papers where you're kind of, if you're not on the fence like I am, you have to see it in order to realize the possibilities. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys know that once we get through the suites and everything else, we're going to be going pretty fast. So, you know, you can rewatch it.
Yeah. But these are
Okay.
ones that are not double-sided. They're single-sided because it's a
Yeah, well,
specialty
you would
paper.
think that because it's a specialty, yeah. Okay, Country Woods actually takes up like 4 to 6 pages. I don't remember.
Yes.
Four,
Look at
four
all of
pages.
these samples, all of
Yeah,
these ideas.
it's gorgeous. So I'm going to say right now that I love the entire collection. I got to get that page open. I love the entire collection, but I've already seen the bird house, the country bird house one done over and over and over again by people who had it with the pre-order. What I have not seen is country flowers, which is on the bottom here. And I love that. I want that one. It's on my list. It's a must have as far as I'm concerned, because this is quick and easy coloring. Whether you just want to stamp it and not fill in any color at all, for one of the background images, such as the stool, the pot, or the kettle, and then color your florals. I think it would be a really good transition between the two, as well as the die pieces. These extra dies that are in here, they give you that greenery and the little florals and everything else, are just absolutely stunning to me. Just gonna say it.
Yeah, and I just noticed today in that set that there is a die for the teapot lid
Yeah.
right above the teapot. I
Hmm.
completely skipped over it previously.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I was wondering, okay, so maybe it's just a misprint, but I doubt that. So it's probably an additional thing. If you don't want flowers in there or plants, you can always put the lid on it and just create your own little design that way. I also like the sentiments in both sets. This one on the Country Birdhouse actually has this little design that gives you little petals, 3 petals, and then it continues to go across. And then down here, your sentiments are very simple. Just really keen on the writing. The font that they use, it's more of a handwriting with it mixed with a type font. So the DSP, gorgeous. Gorgeous on both of them. That's taking pictures kind of DSP on the top on the Country Woods Designer Series paper. That one right there is just gorgeous. I love the Country Lace as well. The Country Lace is one of the ones I want to get. And I just want to say that the DSP all the way to the right on the bottom row, that looks like the old flour sacks that you'd get back in the day. Some of you guys may not be old enough. But back in the day, that's what they kind of looked, and they had a big old label on them that was, made onto it. Anyway, let's keep going. Tammy, I'll let you do Unbounded.
Okay, Unbounded Beauty. Again, we've got a 2-page spread with more samples, give you ideas. It does come with it's a suite collection. So there's 2 stamp sets, 2 die sets, the designer series paper, the specialty paper, and the resin dots, which are all of the in colors. This paper, there's actually a better view of how shimmery it actually is on the previous page, on page 52. I don't know if you can see it. It's
Oh, yeah.
very shimmery, very
Mhm.
sparkly. I have the Unbounded Love set. I bought it particularly for the dies because I love all the different shapes, but there's some great sentiments in here as well. Peace, love. It has a nice, good variety, a nice size. It's small enough.
Mhm.
And it has different fonts, which I like as well. I don't like just the same font. I want
Oh,
variety.
I agree with you too, Jana. The problem is that if you don't have the Stampin' Up, Stampin' and was it Cut and Emboss? Is that the way?
Yes.
Okay. You may not always get a good set as far as how rise the image is on the embossing folder. So be aware of that. You may need to add a piece of paper or two in order to get the right one. You may have to try your different stuff. But of course, if you join Stampin' Up, you could always put that in your kit and just avoid all the other stuff. or buy it at a later point. That's my goal this year. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Me and Kathy, we're both getting it. Sorry, Tammy.
It's all right. And this paper, again, this is not something that I would have selected for the A side, but the B side, I love. It's much more subtle. It's softer. I mean, this is very pretty, but some of these other ones weren't my style, but I could definitely see using the flip side of them.
Gotcha. Well, the other thing is that they're very much the in colors as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got peach pie, shy shamrock, summer splash, berry burst, petunia pop, and then of course one of our regular colors, pretty in pink. Or petal or
Yeah,
pretty in pink.
pretty in pink. Hmm.
I was like, that's a regular color, right? It's not a. Is there 6 or 5? There's only 5 in colors. So yeah, yeah. I was pretty sure, or maybe no. Berry burst is a regular color.
Berry
I was
burst,
like,
yes.
I know there's one of them there. It's a regular color,
Hmm.
but okay. So this is what we were just talking about. That is the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. The large one, the full size one, is $130. The mini, which does 3.5 inches, I might add, is $66. Um, the perfect time to get something like this, because of the size and the weight, is when they have free shipping days. FYI. On the next page, we've got Layers of Beauty. That is a must-have for me as a colorist. The stencil and the other pieces aren't, the dies are probably more necessary than the stencils to me. But if you are struggling with your coloring and you want to have a great finished look, the stencils are definitely a must-have. Now, there is a, like a little mini suite price, and that's saving you huge. It's like $6 off. So it's a great way to go. Kill it. Kill it. I don't want it landing on my stuff. So the labeled with love actually gives you 2 options. The next 2 pages, or the next 2 pages give you options. And that's basically you get a punch or you get the dies. And I think what they're trying to do is gauge how many people are die users versus how many people are punch users. And in as much as I love my dies, punches are so much easier when you're just making one or making a bunch. It's just easier than running the die through a million times.
Yep, I agree. Now, if I had to choose between the labeled with love dies or punch, I would go with the dies because it does 3 at a time.
Right,
But
right. Well,
for this,
that's definitely that candy, that eye candy that they're giving us right there, is because it does do 3 at a time.
yeah,
But if you had to run those individually through the machine, you'd do the punch because it would be that much less. You could just sit at your desk, pop, 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 and you're done. Or in my case, done, because arthritis and everything else. And then, of course, there's the keeping tabs, which I like the sentiments on it. The notebook that they've got on, they've got in the top on the other side. That's one of those options where it's like, whew, Lord, I'm happy about that. I can make my own little notes in my sketchbook that I do for my sketches and stuff like that. So both of these, definitely a plus. I think if you're one shape versus the other, I think I would still go with the labeled with love punch. For the price, they're both exactly the same price. I'm never going to make multiples, except for my mistakes, which I do often. Okay, moving on. We're going to go from this point on pretty fast. We've got about 15 minutes left, and I want to, have a couple minutes at the end. So we're only at page 60, and we need to get to page 144. So if you need to stop, Tammy, or you want to say something about a product, go for it. So starting at 160. Both of these are a no for me, simply because I don't have any little kids in my home.
I, on the other hand, love this Hearts and Hugs bundle because of the hamster and the mouse. Adorable. And it has
Yeah,
extra
I also
pieces,
like
extra
that
dies.
banner in it that
Yeah.
cuts it out. Some of the sentiments, always a good thing.
Very cute.
I actually like the pocket thought dies, but I don't see any way that I'd be able to use them today. Who knows? I might see somebody use it and inspire me. The Round We Go is definitely on my wish list. I do like it. It's a little old school. I'm a little old school. Tammy,
Um,
64 and 65, in case you guys are following us along in your catalog.
Cutest onesie. I've seen samples of this in a card and they're adorable, but I have no use for it. Nobody I
Right,
know
no babies.
has at that stage. So, um, but it's really cute. And again, it has some extra dies. And then the Attention Shoppers bundle. It's cute. It's just not my thing.
Well, a good way to
The
save
flowers are
money
really
on the cutest onesie is just to buy the die set, because then you can make anything you want with it. You know, a banner or whatever kind of thing.
Yep.
But
Yep.
page 67 and or 66 and 7 and 67 was a no for me. I'm not vintage and I don't like burgers. And I'm not. What do
But
you think, Bill?
it is a nice tribute for masculine cards. I will say
Yes,
that.
I agree to that. I agree. You know, and sometimes we just need to be inspired by somebody else that we turn to, you know, like the chicken scratch lady and Patty Bennett and Marcia Bisecker and stuff like that. Those people inspire me to buy things I can't afford. I'm just going to say it like that. Um, but like the hamburger is definitely a no. If I had to choose one of these, it would definitely be the tune in stamp. Maybe not the dies, but just the stamp, you know, because I remember when we had the antennas and everything else.
Put together and picnic. Okay, others.
Yeah, true, but that's not really my thing anymore. That's more the girls' thing. But it could happen. I like the board that they've got. That's supposedly like a tray board. It's a board. It's a tray. Tammy's already ahead of me. I'm all over here. Okay. She's like, get to the good stuff.
Sketch Butterflies bundle is really cute. I love the extra dies that are in here with the butterflies. Uh, I have butterflies. I it it's pretty. I love it. I love the sentiments that are in here. Um, just leave it at that.
I think
This.
sometimes you just have to get a stamp set because you love the sentiments,
Yes,
not so much the
absolutely.
images.
Yeah.
There's always going to be
hmm
that one stamp.
This one here is a must. It was on my list from day one. Uh,
Yes, true.
there are actually 12 dies. I know it only looks like three, but each of these are they're individual ones. And they cut, like you can see up here, you can cut the inside of it or you can cut the outside. And some of them have like some details, like a little, I don't know what you call that, little floral thing.
A floral, a dash dot, and then just a line.
And this is another one that's really easy to color. Nice, simple sentiments
Mm-hmm.
and a little
Mm-hmm.
splatter and a little hash. Love it. I was sold.
Yeah. Um. Again, more masculine stamps. I'm a no. I mean, I love some of the dyes in here. I think layering the dyes sometimes is almost better than putting the stamp set in. Um, as far as trees and stuff like that, I had my favorites, you know, back in the day. Um,
I I still have Lovely as a Tree on the
And I
wooden
love that
blocks.
one. It's just one of those classic stamps that you just never get rid of.
Yeah, I will not part with it.
Yeah. So, Bill, any insight on the masculine side? You like the wilderness? That's a wolf.
I just love a good vista.
Yeah, true. Um, page 72 and 73 is no for me.
Same. This is really cute. This is really pretty. The Seaside Wishes.
Yeah,
Um, and
it's
again,
cute.
great sentiments. You absolutely made
Hmm.
my day.
Hmm.
Your friendship is the best gift. Oh, awesome. But the rest of
Yeah,
it, just not my thing.
right. But see, we're also running into a problem. If you don't have the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, then you can't run that through there properly, which means you could take a chance of damaging either your die or your embossing folder. Yeah. Okay, so this is the encore section. We're not going to go through the encore section, but it's just showing you pictures. I'm going to flash through real quick. Showing you pictures of things that they've kept. These are available on the catalog, but they're actually available online as well. It's just giving a little bit of space. So 82 and 83. These ones here are actually flippable. So let me show you a little stamp that I got here. So on this side of the stamp, let me make sure I'm in the thingy. On this side of the stamp, you got the details. On the other side of the stamp, you've got a flat so that you can use both sides of this stamp. Those are exactly the same thing on 82 and 83. They're showing you that you use both sides of the stamp. Now I'm using this for my swatches, so I've got that out. So it's a really interesting position, way to do it. I love the turtles, the sea turtle stamp set. Tammy, your page.
Yeah, not so much. Here's the bundle price for all of the acrylic blocks, or you can buy them individually. If you've seen a catalog in the past, you'll notice a few are missing. They were retired.
Yeah, it's sad, but you still got them. You're still good.
Yeah, and
Now
there's still
Tammy's
a
favorite
nice
stamp.
assortment. There's a nice assortment of sizes still remaining.
Yeah. I think they're reducing the stamps because people have stamping tools. But there's still that classic of being able to stamp with just with a block and being able to go, ha, I can still do it. you know, it's like, I'm still good. Picture Perfect, Tammy. That's one of the ones you loved.
Yes, Fields in Bloom. This is actually six set stamps. The flowers, these individual four pieces, and then this meadow. And you can see, oh, on page 84, there's an image with the clouds and the meadow with yellow flowers. So you can mix and match them, or you can use them all individually. It just, I really like it.
Yeah.
Then we've got these are online only options on the right here. Best Family Ever, Hope You Know, and Wanted to Say Dies.
The
Just
Wanted
kind of,
to Say Dies is on my wish list. And the reason is because Sentiments dies are a good um thing to have in your stash, in your crafty stash.
oh, absolutely.
Um yeah, so page 86 and 87 are more dad vibe. It's a car. I'm gonna say no. 88, Tammy.
88, Under the Moon. Um, yeah, it really didn't draw my attention. I was like,
No.
okay, keep going, keep going. I did
Yeah.
like the die set for the, I don't know what you call this, the Lifesavers house or hut with the
Right.
stairs and the rail. That was cute, but the rest, meh.
Okay,
But
so
I could
background
see,
stamps.
yeah, yep.
Sorry, I'm trying to speed it up. We're already at like 6 minutes away and we're nowhere near the end of this thing.
Oh, yes,
It's
we
going to
are.
be an hour and a half. I'm just warning
It,
you right now. It's
it,
going to be a little longer than normal.
yeah, we're almost done.
Background stamps, Tammy. You love all of them.
I love them. This leaf, as you can see here, it's in different colors, and it was fussy cut out, but it's a full uh, stamp. It's a background stamp. It's about this
Right.
big. And then across the bottom, you can see other ones as well as the suggested block that you use for them because it is a large stamp set or stamp.
Exactly. And then you've always got the option, put the stamp set down on your desk, ink it up, and then put your paper there, praying that you don't get a smudge.
Yeah.
Page 93 has a large stamp, and it is called "You Are Beautiful." That's a yes for me. I also like the "So Sincere" stamp set on the bottom, but it's teeny tiny. You really can't read them. So, just run there at the bottom. I think that's a really good sentiment stamp to have. We're looking at the ink pad page. 94, 95, Tammy.
Okay. So here you have some storage options that are offered to hold your markers, your ink, punches, however you want to design it. The pieces are meant to mix and match, go together. There's also within this page additional supplies, like here's a U-pick tool,
Mm-hmm.
uh, as well as watercolor pencils. You can see a bone folder up there and just things tucked in, all your ribbons, your Stampin' Misty Clean, um, your fine needle liquid adhesive, as well as ink refills.
Right.
So you don't have to buy a brand new stamp pad. You can just buy the refill and just re-ink it yourself. But I personally find that my ink lasts a very long time, and with the exception of real red and green, which I use a lot at Christmas, and black, of course, um, I haven't really had to re-ink any of my ink pads. But
I
it's an
gotcha.
option. But you can also use it for other projects. You can put it on the paper and spritz some water on it for like a water effect. What's that
Well, the
called?
best thing about this stuff is that these come in a package of 5, the ink pad holders. Okay. And if you join Stampin' Up this month, you get the in colors and their markers, their matching markers for free. So if you pick up one of those, then you've just got storage for those items. If you don't have a lot of other products, I think it's a great starting point. So we've got some sentiment stamps on the next page. Thank you stamps. These are more business oriented. If you like a lot of thank you stamps, you'll be able to create with these. You can see kind of the sizes and everything else, the varying fonts and everything. I like those. I think they're good. Next page, 98 is yours, Tammy. Let's talk about DSP.
Let's talk about DSP.
Mhm.
So this year, what they've done is all of the DSP have the same patterns. So the front and the back have um, there's 4 different patterns total. So there's the floral, the stripe, another kind of, I'm not sure what you would call that image, and then some circles. And these come in any of the color families, the subtles, the regals, the brights, the in colors, last year's in colors. Because in previous years, the in colors had a special DSP set, but now they just made them all the same.
I think it's kind of nice because if you want to go from your subtles to your regals or your neutrals, I think it's a good combination,
Mm-hmm.
especially on the leaf and the stripe. So cardstock has increased in price just a little bit, just a little bit. It is now $11.50 instead of 10 for 20 sheets instead of 24. It is a little bit pricier, but everybody's prices go up. On page 100, they included a wood texture 12 by 12. It's 2 sheets for $5. That's a good buy. More of the online availability products on the bottom of the next page. And then Tammy can talk about 102 and 103.
Oh, yes. Love these 2 pages.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So over here, the tenderhearted with kids and maybe grandparents or parents. Some really cute little sentiments on there. I think it's adorable. There's no
Mm-hmm.
dies
I
with
agree.
there's no dies with either of these, so you'd have to fussy cut or just stamp directly on the paper. And over here are sweet peas, which
Sweet.
sweet peas, it kind of looks like it's my first thought was, oh, it's for babies, but it's really not. There's a birthday pea, there's a grum pea, which I love. There's a couple pea, happy birthday. It's just so cute. I had to get it.
Yeah, it's on my wish list. It's definitely on my wish list. I think one of the things I like the most, and I just keep saying, is next to the grumpy pea, there's a little bit of confetti there. So you could actually have the confetti going in the background on the grumpy pea, you know, very subtle background design kind of idea, as well as the leaves that they've got.
And very easy
Um,
to color.
oh, absolutely. That's like bring out your green and bring out your little bit of lemon lolly, and you've got it made. Um, Flying by and Let's Wander are not the type of stamps that I create with, but I mean, it's interesting. I do like the alien. I gotta say that right now. I like the alien, but more importantly, again, if you take out the images and you just go with the sentiments, they've got a little dash line trail to the sentiments. I think that would be really cute, really super cute. Um, you go ahead and you add a couple clouds to tab them over. I'm thinking mini slimline for a lot of these larger ones. Good, solid sentiments. I love
Mhm.
them. The Let's Wander, not so much. I do like the sentiments on this. I like the Let's Kick It because you don't hear that sentiment in it that much. You know, that's just hanging around and stuff. Um, but yeah, I think they're good sentiments, but I wouldn't buy them for the images itself. Not it's just not my thing. I'm florals.
And another thing that they kind of tucked in here, besides the add-on additional items that you could buy, like the Wink Stella and the rotary tip for the take your pick. There's
Right.
also a set of mini dies of the
Yeah,
alphabet.
I just saw that. I didn't pay attention. You're right.
And yeah, they just kind of sneak them in here and there. But this little image here with the little heart and I don't know what shape that is, it tells you it's an online item.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So Chantilly lace, Tammy.
Um, it's beautiful. I love the stamp set with the flowers and the like netting look to it. But it's not something I need right now. I don't have any big events coming up in my family, so
This would have been nice about 3 years ago
right, yeah,
when I had all the kids getting married and everything else.
yeah.
Um, the other page of 107, that's a lot of the stuff that's available online, including the Chantilly lace, which is both in the catalog and, of course, online. 108 from Our Home, and Just Relax on 109. Tammy?
From our home, love it. It is a lot of color. It can be a lot of coloring, but it doesn't have to be. You don't have to color in every single shingle and every inch of the roof, and you could just
I
do
agree.
little
I agree.
highlights here and there, and it's gorgeous. I don't know that I would use the sentiments. Maybe I would use the thank you instead of thank you for your hospitality. I would cover up
Right, right.
the part.
I would definitely mask.
But I really like that. The rest, relax, enjoy. Um, I think this is intended for people who sell like home crafts. They create products and they make tags or labels, and this would be
Hmm.
great for them.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do like the treat yourself sentiment with the little kind of, I think it's like a dill or something, dill leaf or a little branch thing in there. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I like the little flame on the candle, but altogether it's definitely not me. So we are at 1 hour and well over an hour. I can say that with all understanding. We are at an hour and 10 minutes. So I'm just going to run through the rest of these pages really quick. Specialty papers, metallics, and everything else like that. Um, really good to have in your arsenal. On Tammy's side, you can see that they've got some gilded papers, and I really like those. I think those are really pretty. And then the gorgeous gold, um, both enamel, brush cardstock, and envelopes. And then the gold foil sheets. I think those are all really good. Ribbon is yours, Tammy.
Oh, ribbon. Love ribbon. Um, so the in colors have a bordered ribbon,
Yeah,
and
they're right here.
the new color, the basic beige, also comes in that bordered ribbon, and I have a sample of it right here, and it's very soft and works very well with creating bows, and it's it's not stiff, it's not like hard to work with at all. It's very flexible.
Gotcha.
So I
I
like
can see
that.
that. That's beautiful.
It is gorgeous. And it's got a little bit of a shimmer to it, and I don't know if you could see it, but there's some stitching on either side. Maybe I'm not close enough, but really pretty, as well as your needs for twine, and there's gold and silver sets.
Hmm.
Very pretty. Nice selection of ribbons to choose from.
I agree. I also like the selection of twine. Now, these are the last year's in colors on number 10. And then we've got basic twines up at the top for just all your basic essentials. Enamel dots, pick them, choose them, buy multiples, buy multiples. Because when you find one that you love, you'll keep using it and keep using it until you run out. So buy multiples. That's all I can say about enamel dots. They have so many that are cute and so many that I'm happy about. Number 2 is the petal pink and pretty peacock foil gems. They're back. I love those. Number 6 is the iridescent foil gems. Cannot live without these. Um, let's see, where's it at? I love the number 28, which is the adhesive back dappled dots. Those are the ones that have got like cracks. It looks like they're cracked on the top. Love 26, which is the textured dots. It's almost looking like brass or something. So those are really good, as well as like the butterflies, the flat sequence. Those are really good for shakers. You can take the adhesive off the back and everything else, as well as the in colors. I don't know where the in colors are at. Is that it? Number 15, is that in the in colors? Nope,
That's
that's
last year's in colors, I think. Oh
yeah.
no, it's not. What is it?
It's just a
It's the ombre.
ombre
Yeah.
matte decorative dots. I don't know where the ink colors are.
It's
Oh,
number
right here, 30.
16. Number
It's 30
16.
actually. Is it 30? Yeah,
No,
it's 30.
oh yes,
So
you're
that's
right. 30.
24, 26. Yeah.
Got it.
Um, the other ones look very similar. So, but dots is dots. I love enamel. I love the different creative stuff. So we've got adhesives here on the next page. We love
And
adhesives. We're gonna skip. The penciled pear is a yes for me on page 118. I love something I can color. I love the pair of the selection of pears at the top here. And when they say watercolor, that's exactly what I'm thinking for this stamp set. Move it that way a little bit. Definitely watercolor. Love that. So many different ways to watercolor with Stampin' Up! Products. You can use the ink pads. You can use the um, Stampin' Right pen markers. You can use your re-inkers. You use so many different ways that you can do it. I got a fly in here. Is it bug at me? So I'm just going to do a flip through. Tammy, if you could just flip through at the same time, we're going to finish off the catalog. Grateful Blessings. If you got a stamp on your say, just say it. So nothing there, just different stuff. So I think the next page does, Tammy. Hers is all fancy and everything else. One more. So this is the masterful masking. I'm not good at masking, so we're just going to skip that. Tammy, you got anything to say about it?
I have never used the paste, so I couldn't speak to that. But the Versamark, love it for heat embossing,
Yeah,
as well
I
as the
agree.
heat gun.
I
Yeah.
agree. I like the different textures and the way that they did this page because it shows you the different possibilities. All of the embossing folders listed throughout the catalog is on the page Tammy's showing you right now. They're all beautiful. Like I said, if you don't have a Stampin' cut and emboss machine, you will have a little difficulty, but I'm sure you can figure it out. We're all innovative women and men, creative to say the least. But I think Tammy has a couple favorites on this page.
Yeah, actually, the Eyelet 3D number 5 is
Yeah.
really pretty.
Hmm.
Has some really pretty patterns in there. And then the other one I have is number 4, which is the dotted circles. And this is a 3D embossing folder, and it's huge. Look at that. It's like 2 of these. But again, like Eva was saying, this is much thicker than the regular standard embossing folder. So you may need to adjust with a shim or take something out and just kind of play with it until it gets a good texture. It's really, really pretty.
My rule is if you can't get it past or into the machine, you're probably doing it wrong. You got some blending options. We got all kinds of Stampin' blends. Love those things, as well as Stampin' Right markers on the next page. What to think about when you're doing this is keep it simple. Do not put too much alcohol ink on your page at any one time because it will spread if you overuse it. And just go slow, take your time, enjoy yourself. Stampin' Right markers. Basically, you can use them as a writing tool, a coloring tool. You can use it as a way to have individual colors on the back of your stamp. There's so many different ways to use the product itself. So, um, Tammy, you want to do color theory? And I think we're just about done.
Yeah, so this is something new in the catalog this year. I showed on Eva's screen. The color theory wheel. If you attended the Stampin' Up! Convention, which neither of us did, you would have gotten an actual one with the wheel insert top where you can turn it and it'll guide you to what colors coordinate. But basically, this includes all of the colors that we have except for the new basic beige, and you can coordinate based on this page. It gives you ideas. You can go with a monochromatic route, picking colors that are in the same group, similar side by side to each other,
Mm-hmm.
complementary, which are directly across each other on the wheel, analogous. These are ones that are right directly side by side, or triad. So you have 3, like a triangle. You have 3 different sections of the wheel.
Wait, start here, go here, and then go across.
Yeah. Very, very helpful for those of us who are not that great sometimes at colors.
Okay, so one other thing I want to mention is that if you start a cherry cobbler and you work your way all the way around, you have the Stampin' Rainbow. Okay, so
Yep.
use these pages to your benefit because I think they'll work for you. The next couple pages is all about our color, cardstock, ink, refills, um, just about everything. And I had a complaint to Tammy about this. Was like, oh, the first page is beautiful. You got stamp and ice cream. Who doesn't love ice cream? And then you've got this one, which has got our Stampin' Right markers and then party supplies. And then on the very next page on 137, I said, what the heck's up with the vegetables? Who's trying to sidetrack me? You know, it's like, vegetables. They're
Got
pretty
you know,
colors. I got to
it's
admit,
an
they're pretty colors.
it's an ode to the market stamp set bundle.
Yeah, I get it. It's really good. It's a really good. I think highlighting the things in our lives and the way that we can push these colors beyond the paper is really a great way to look at it organically. So I really liked how they went along and they made everything match, but the in colors, both the current and last year's, are just so well put together. The way they set up the pages at the top because it's just it's a little different. It's just a little different, and you have to focus on it. Okay, again, price it go up. Don't get shocked. Don't throw down the gauntlet just yet. Um, because prices have not gone up in a while. I'm just going to put it that way. So with everything increasing in price, that's the way it happens. So you've got all of that. You can buy the cardstock, the color cardstock in 8.5 by 11 white and very vanilla in 12 by 12. Basic beige comes in 8.5 by 11 only. It does not come in 12 by 12. You can also get it in the classic Stampin' Pad, the stamp ink refill, the classic right marker, and the blends as well. No blends. I don't know because they've got it marked off, but they've got a price. Must be black only or something. I have no idea. And then the index that's missing all the beautiful pictures. The beautiful pictures.
Yep. And I think Eva mentioned this at the beginning of the video. During the month of May, if you join as a demonstrator, there is an amazing starter kit special. So for $99, you get to choose $125 worth of product, and it includes free shipping. You just pay your local sales tax. But you also get this starter kit special that has an $82 value. This is all of the in color product, the Stampin' color, all 5 of the new in color blends, stamp pads, excuse me, the designer series paper, the it's an assortment pack of the in color paper, the 8.5 by 11, and then the 5 Stampin' Right markers. And that's just, I mean, I've never seen a deal as good as that.
So this is the paper. I hope I got it on screen. I got to make sure. I don't know. Pull it down a little bit. But this is the paper that's included. I move it over. Finally fit it. That's the paper the DSP that you get included. Okay. So when you're like, well, which designer's series paper is it? It's this in the 24-26 in color. Okay, so it's gonna be beautiful, and especially in the pinks and the peaches.
It is.
Um,
It's gorgeous.
so again, you can visit Patty Bennett. Go to her video on YouTube, and it'll have a link to her blog, so that you can get those extra index pages that she's so graciously included. Also, don't forget to like and share this video. If you haven't already, please go see Tammy's page on YouTube. This video will be up sometime this weekend or whenever Tammy gets around to it on her video, on her page. So Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, both with me and with Tammy. Um, Next week on Monday, I will not be here. I won't have my order in, and it's just so sad that I don't have my order in, and it's just heartbreaking. I'm just kidding. I won't have my order in until Tuesday or Wednesday at the earliest. So I will be live next Thursday with I probably will do a live unboxing. Beyond that, I am so grateful for all of you guys. I know, right? I'm so grateful for you guys for joining us for this extended live on YouTube. The catalog is what it is. It takes a little bit longer than what some of us planned for. But most importantly, thank you, Tammy, for joining me and sharing this with me tonight. I think it's a good opportunity, you know.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate everyone who was able to attend and leave some comments. We always appreciate good feedback.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Um,
if you have any questions at all that either of us can help you with, please feel free to reach out to one or both of us.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely, all the time. Um, we will be having another live sometime in May again. Um, so it'll be similar to this, and I think it'll be a challenge. Tammy, will you take on a challenge from me?
I will accept that challenge. I don't even know what it
Okay,
is, but I accept it.
she's accepted it. All right. So what we have to do is buy a product that's similar, not exact, similar. So like if you buy a sweet, then you probably got everything. But if you only buy the stamp and the paper, you might not have everything. So substitutions are allowed. So I hope to see you guys back. We'll probably do that in the middle of the month, around the 15th, 16th, somewhere around there. That week. Oh, not the 16th. Sorry, that's Bridgerton Day. Can't do
Oh,
that on the 16th. We'll all be busy with Bridgerton. People are gonna be calling out from work. Anyway, probably the week of that week, if that works for you, Tammy, and then we'll work out the logistics later. Thank you so much for joining me and
yes, thank
Tammy
you.
Hein. I appreciate it. Um, Again, don't forget to share. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We will see you next time here on YouTube. God bless. Take
Thanks.
it easy and
Bye
stay
bye.
crafty, everyone. Bye bye.